Big Blue fans love showing off their team spirit. I'm Amber Philpott in Cleveland. Coming up, I'll introduce you to one man who wears his all the time.
Fans kept their celebrations under control after the Cats beat West Virginia last night, but will the scene be as calm on Saturday?
What's being done to make sure any potential celebrations don't get out of hand?
Lexington police make an arrest after witnesses say a man used a rock in an attempted robbery.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
Good afternoon. Another game down, just 3 more to go as the Kentucky Wildcats march to perfection.
And the team dominated West Virginia last night in so many ways to move on to the Elite Eight. Next up, Notre Dame tomorrow in Cleveland. WKYT's Amber Philpott and Rob Bromley are live in Cleveland to get us ready for that matchup. And Amber and Rob, a lot of talk about Notre Dame's offense, but after I saw last night in the Cats, I'll take UK any day of the week.
Absolutely, Sam. We will take that any day of the week. That is for sure. A lot of people have been talking about 40-0, and I think all of this fan base is starting to really feel like it can really happen. Last night, you could tell Coach Cal in the newsroom, he's so proud of this team, talking to the players, telling them just play and have fun with it, but stay focused, right?
Well, they are. I think they're having fun, and they've been playing so well. And one thing about last night, good guard play. Yeah. You know, the Harrisons continue to play well, and Devin Booker got on track. Yeah. Only Notre Dame now stands in the way of Kentucky making a Final Four appearance in Indianapolis. The Cats advancing last night by burying West Virginia. Kentucky showing a lot of energy coming out. The Cats getting great backcourt play. And it was certainly good to see Devin Booker find his stroke from outside.
I feel like it is. You know, once I see one go down, I felt like that was good for me.
It's very important because it opens up everybody for everything for everybody else. You know, when he's knocking down shots, especially in zones and stuff like that, you know, they can't double our bigs. And it's just, you know, once he's playing so well, we're going to be really hard to stop.
Well, I guess really important, you know, considering, you know, we have to throw it to our bigs a lot, and, you know, teams going to double our bigs. So, you know, just free up space for our bigs.
And that's Devin Booker and Tyler Ulis as they spoke just a little earlier today here at Quicken Loans Arena. Notre Dame, the number 3 seed, is next in the Midwest Region Final. Tomorrow night, 8:49 tip-off. It's on TBS. As for Aaron Harrison, he was saying today he's, you know, feeling pretty good with the dislocated finger. Cal, you know, not really sure about tomorrow, but they think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, keep some ice on it all day as long as you can. Well, when we cover fans traveling with the Cats, you meet all kinds of fans. And last night, my videographer, Devin Jackson, helped me find probably one of the most unique fans that I have ever interviewed. He certainly shows his love for the Cats in a very unique way. When the Wildcats take the court, there is never a shortage of blue in the stands. The Big Blue faithful has some loyal souls who are not shy about displaying their love of the blue and white. Thomas Yance might have the most unique display.
The one that said, "I bleed blue on my leg." Then it went from the one on my ears to the ones on my face.
That's right, your eyes are not deceiving you. Yance is covered in tattoos, and most all are for the love of his cats.
Everybody wants to see the tattoos and all, and that's the reason I got them, for people to see.
He and his family are huge fans living in West Virginia. They drive hours just to see their cats.
We made 19 home games this year out of the 21, and we was fortunate enough to see them win every game, thank goodness.
Yance has no doubt the Cats will go all the way, so confident he already has his tattoo artist ready for his next ink.
It's not going to take long. I've done picked it out, and I also have to get 2015 put on here.
Okay, so in case you are wondering, Yance's wife, she is fine with all of those tattoos. She says she loves them. Actually, that guy right there, he's getting ready to welcome another grandbaby into his family, and he's so excited. So he's hoping to get through this weekend, get home, have the grandbaby, and then head on to Indy. He's got a big blue onesie all ready for that baby to come.
That's great. We're going to have much more coming up here from Cleveland. I'll be back with sports a little bit before 6. We'll hear from some of the players as they talk about how they prepare. They have to get ready now for a different style in Notre Dame. But for now, that's it from here in Cleveland. Sam, Jennifer, back to you.
So, Amber, when you first saw that fan with all the tattoos, did you do a double take? I mean, it's kind of hard to believe he's got all those tattoos from head to toe.
I was watching the game in the media room. Devin comes to tell me, hey, there's this guy covered in tattoos. I said, no way. Went right out courtside, found him, said, sir, I have to meet you in the morning and do a story. And yes, I did take a double take. But he's fun and he loves it. And hey, he's doing his own thing.
And he's getting national attention, too. There's a photo of him that's gone viral as well.
All right,
so
next thing we'll hear is Amber's getting a tattoo.
No.
Rob
Bromley, that I would pay to see.
All right, she's shaking her head. Thanks, guys. Well, fans poured into the streets of Lexington following last night's Big Blue blowout.
This is a live look at State Street where the crowds celebrated. For the most part, Lexington police say things did not get out of hand. WKYT's Rebecca Smith shows us what's being done now to make sure the celebrations remain reasonable if the Cats win tomorrow.
Well, hours and hours after last night's basketball game, the work is just getting started out here to clean up. They're also going to be out here this weekend monitoring to make sure that celebrations don't get too out of hand. They do not want a situation like last year when they had a house actually burn down. Code enforcement and police are monitoring these folks who are out today cleaning up litter as part of drug court and community service time. From beer bottles to burned T-shirts, the destruction is minimal today. Tomorrow, they're prepared for anything and have been trying to remove things like couches, anything that can be set on fire.
I mean, people just try to have fun. I don't see why they take it to that extreme, but it is what it is.
And code enforcement says they will be out here starting tomorrow afternoon just to monitor the situation, make sure there aren't any couches or other items that could potentially be destroyed, left out on people's front lawns. They say they try to be respectful of personal property, but it is their first goal to have everybody's safety in mind when the celebrations get a little rowdy. In Lexington, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
Lexington police tell us they only gave out one alcohol intoxication citation last night, and they'll have officers out patrolling tomorrow night. Well, the calendar says spring, but you wouldn't know it. Winter's trying to make a comeback.
It is. We have colder temperatures, and you might even see a snowflake or two or three. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's here. He's counting them all.
You know, they tend to run in packs, guys. We've got to keep an eye on them. But indeed, we're going to be noticing those snow showers, snow flurries on the move across the area this evening. That's how we're saying hello to the final weekend of March. It's a busy life first alert Defender as we're now into our weekend. A little after 5 o'clock on a Friday, and Defender now picking up on an increase in moisture, and most of that being now reported as some flurries and snow showers working into the Lexington metro from northwest to southeast. So we're going to see an increase in the flakes, if anything else, over the next few hours. All of this coming in on a very strong northwesterly wind flow. And by the time that hits the mountains of southeastern Kentucky, may have a little uptick in snow shower and flurry action over the next couple of hours. Temperature-wise, are you 37 degrees right now for Frankfort, Lexington, Mount Sterling, Moorhead, Richmond, everybody just about in the upper 30s as of now with that strong northwesterly wind. That gives you a wind chill of 28 degrees for Lexington and Frankfort. That's what it feels like for those evening plans. Weather headlines as we roll forward. Flurries flying across the region this evening. Our weekend starts frigid, then spring shows up into your 7-day forecast when I come back in less than 10 minutes, guys.
Grocery store employees help a man escape a robbery attempt.
Lexington police say that David Trent tried to rob a man using a rock outside the Save-A-Lot on North Broadway. WKYT's Hillary Thornton shows us what store employees did to save that victim.
Just before 8 o'clock this morning, folks outside the Save-A-Lot on North Broadway say they noticed a man with a large rock and immediately knew something was not right.
He went and got this big old rock and chased the black guy who was going to hit him.
The witness, who did not want to be shown on camera, says she then watched as the man identified by police as 39-year-old David Trent demanded cash from an elderly man.
Like, oh my God, don't let him hurt that old man.
Called 911 because I was scared he was going to hit him with the rock and go ahead and finish robbing him like he was attempting to.
Police say the victim quickly pulled out a knife to defend himself just before workers inside the Save-A-Lot, not yet open for the day, recognized him as a regular customer.
They pulled him in the store to keep him from getting his head bashed in.
A bizarre attempt, one that makes those in the area uneasy.
It could happen, yes. It is a scary feeling.
Those here who witnessed this attempted robbery say they are just thankful that neither of the men were hurt. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
And Trent was arrested and charged with robbery. Family and friends said goodbye today to a 10-year-old boy hit and killed by a school bus. Jonathan Chatham's funeral was held this afternoon in Whitley County. The accident happened Monday after he got off the school bus. He had leukemia, but recently learned that he was in remission. He was supposed to be granted a special wish tomorrow through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And coming up on WKYT News at 6, we'll show you how the organization still made sure it came true.
New details continue to surface about a German pilot suspected of deliberately crashing a plane. The passenger jet went down in the French Alps earlier this week, killing all 150 people on board. As Chris Van Cleve shows us, investigators believe the pilot had a medical problem he hid from his employer.
There's growing evidence co-pilot Andreas Lubitz hid an illness and medical treatment from his employers at German Wings. Investigators searching his apartment in Dusseldorf discovered a torn-up doctor's note excusing him from work the day authorities say he intentionally crashed a jetliner into the French Alps. A local hospital confirms Lubitz visited in February and March for a diagnostic investigation, but the hospital will not say what was wrong.
Aviation experts say pilots are required to tell their bosses if they're having problems, but if they don't, the airlines cannot access their medical records.
The debate of how far can doctors share information with employers, that's something which I think the medical community is really struggling with right now.
Recovery teams are scouring a debris field 10 acres wide on a rugged mountainside. They're using red flags to mark human remains. The father of one of 3 Americans killed is offering condolences to the co-pilot's family.
I don't feel anger. I'm really sad for the father, the parents of that young pilot. I can't imagine what they're going through right now.
Many families are trying to get as close to the crash site as possible. Some are leaving flowers at a memorial stone that's engraved in French, German, and Spanish. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Saint-Les-Alpes, France.
The aviation agency in Europe is now recommending airlines always have 2 people in the cockpit at all times. Firefighters are still on the scene 24 hours after an explosion in New York City. We'll have an update coming up on WKYT News at 5.
The phrase practice makes perfect might not apply to homework. The reason too much can be a bad thing for students in Better Living.
Then one Big Blue fan's creative idea has gone viral. We'll show you the unique way of supporting the team on WKYT News at 5:30.